Welcome back, folks, to another episode here in Gary Grigsby's War in the East. We're, of course, following up with Army Group South, and we've moved 2nd Army a lot closer here this turn. I wanted to put you guys through us moving this entire force. So as you can see, we have moved them closer, and we should be arriving with them hopefully in 2 turns to the front. But, of course, it's still taking quite a while. What we want to do here, though, is we want to try to break through, guys. This is extremely important to try to force a breakthrough. And I think what I'm going to do is move these units up and go for this infantry unit right here. We'll bring the tanks in for this assault. Let's see if we can do it. We are getting some air support. So is the enemy, though, and they have retreated. 550 casualties on the enemy side. That's pretty damn good, guys. Want to keep on pushing. I see a security division there, and if we could get right up close and personal with them and attack, I think we could break them. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But what if we go ahead, take our tanks, and go for a massive attack here in the enemy center? And it looks like they have retreated to Zhytomyr. As you can see, they're even using naval infantry in this defense. I think that means they're getting pretty desperate here. And that obviously signals good news for us. So we're going to go ahead, continue attacking here. We have the advantage in numbers almost every single time. In this case, they actually have a fort, so they might be able to hold for a little bit longer. But I'm throwing everything I can here, guys, just to try and break through and somehow get behind the enemy lines. Once again, holding even with some pretty massive casualties, which shows us that the enemy is willing to fight, that's for sure, to the very end. What I'm going to try to do is sort of extend these infantry units across the line. I think I can actually break through this security division. Let's go for it. Yeah, that should be a pretty easy win. Sure enough, it was. Now, guys, we need to try and encircle the enemy units at Zhytomyr. I don't know how easy that's going to be, however. In fact, it seems like a pretty tough task. Alright, I'm going to move these boys up as well. And we're going to go on a massive attack here, guys, at the enemy center. This actually looks like a promising attack just because we've got so many tanks ready to fight here. Oh my goodness, look at that. A massive rout. Enemy lost 2,735 men, but I suspect most of those men will return to the fighting if we don't push the advantage here. So we've absolutely got to break through with these tanks. This is an armored spearhead if there ever was one. Let's go for the attack. Come on. And once again, they actually held in the fort. That's amazing. It's one of the most frustrating things about attacking a fort to begin with. We're going to get another attack here. And I think that's going to be it. Actually, we might still be able to attack. Here we go, guys. Against the infantry, it's not nearly as strong an attack, but once again, another enemy fort destroyed. 472 losses. We just want to keep on advancing. It's pretty much that simple. Advance, advance, advance whenever we can. And let's face it, this is all-out war at this point. This is just total war. If we expect to even have a chance to beat the Soviets, we need to continually attack. So I'm going to go ahead and grab everybody here. Massive assault, as you can see. I mean, so many infantry involved in that attack, and we actually managed to get the enemy to retreat. Of course, we aren't managing to encircle the enemy at all right now. The whole point now is just to push them back a bit more. And again, if you guys have any ideas on how we should deal with the southern part, the Romanian front, let us know, because I think we're pretty much out of ideas. It looks like it's going to be a really tough battle, no matter what we do. Here we go. We got some air support for that attack. Beautiful. I like to see the enemy falling back here. It definitely looks like they're not as strong as they could be. Certainly not as strong as they're supposed to be in late war. Of course, it's still pretty early in the conflict, but this gives me that sort of possibility that we can still possibly win here. Again, maybe not, but we'll have to wait and see. Nice, guys. Another victory there. Just a small little battle. But every enemy I can take out is, of course, one less enemy we have to fight or worry about in the future. Right, so this front is actually advancing or progressing nicely. Of course, it's a slow front. At this point, since we haven't managed to get the blitz all the way through, it's going to be pretty slow going either way, but it's absolutely a start. Go for one more attack here. I know I'm pushing it, but I really want to get rid of that fort, and we've at least damaged it quite a bit, although we've also damaged our own men in the advance. Once again, guys, the guys west of Tarnopol that won that magnificent victory last turn, we've already moved them to the east. I didn't want to put you guys through the entire movement process. And what I'm actually doing is moving the 113th Infantry Division to try and assist us with our problems in Romania, but I think we're going to need a lot more assistance than just that. Let's go ahead and see if we can finally destroy this Soviet infantry unit that's kind of stuck here in the middle. We're going to go for a massive attack with our Romanian forces. And finally, we managed to get them to surrender. 8,571 Soviets surrender, and I'll take it. But now, of course, we need to do something about stopping the Russians. And I just don't know if that's going to happen. We might need some assistance from our other army groups, and even then, stopping this advance, I really don't know, guys. I think the only chance we have, once again, is cutting them off up here, cutting off their supplies entirely, and that relies completely on our Romanian infantry corps. I mean, they've got a few, assisting companies, like a German tank company up here in the north, but I don't know how much that's actually going to help. I really don't. It might assist a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm just going for this attack because we have the advantage against this anti-tank group. Wow, they actually did hold quite well. I actually see a chance here to potentially trap this unit, guys. I think we'll certainly go for it. Problem is we can't get in there this turn. And I think that's going to have the attack sort of shut down pretty much. But this is our other sort of front line that we absolutely want to break through. I think first things first, we're just going to go for attacks on individual groups. Instead of grouping up our units, we'll actually attack like individual areas, because I think this will give us somewhat of a better chance to break through. So already, unfortunately, we can't move with our Romanian corps, but already this is a potential breakthrough, right? So I'm going to go ahead and attack once again. And wow, incredible. We actually got the enemy to retreat with 438 losses on their side. Question is, can we completely trap them here? And as you can see, movement is getting tougher and tougher. It's just kind of the nature of the game. Also the nature of this area. This is actually a very mountainous area over here north of Chisinau. So we can't expect easy fighting or easy movement. It's going to take a while for us to cover any ground, and it makes blitzes very, very difficult. Fire! Okay, we got them to retreat. Nice. Once again, just keep on pressing this. I guess you could call it an advantage. Not much of an advantage, but we're going to keep pressing it. And actually, we can bring these guys along as well, if they can make it. We want refit on. Here we go, guys. Again, hopefully a lucky attack here in the north, but unfortunately they do have some forts here, a fort, I should say, which brings some very good defense to the enemy. Go for another attack here. It's a crazy one, but you know what? It might just work. Beautiful. So once again, we've opened up a gap here, but without any armor to actually push through the gap, I question whether or not it's actually of any value whatsoever. Guys, we'll go ahead and carry out an attack against this infantry unit here. I know it's only a 5-3, but I figure it's probably going to help. I'll also attack this guy right here. He just ran, although the frustrating area to fight in. Reduced it. Can we actually break through? I don't know. I mean, we can eventually break through, of course, but just not this turn. And as you guys can probably imagine, timing is very important here. Here we go. Good work. So they actually got them to retreat with 939 losses on the enemy side. I like it. It's going to be our biggest concern, guys, is going to be the Romanian front. And in the meantime, I won't put you guys through moving every single HQ forward, etc. But you know what? We will actually move these Hungarian HQs forward right now, get them on the front. I can't really call it our center, because having the Romanians, or the Hungarians, I should say, in this case, as our center, it would be terrible, terrible tactics for us, because they can't exactly hold for very long. But technically, they're kind of making up the center of our southern front here, of Army Group South. As you can see, or I should say, the Second Army is on the way. They should be arriving pretty soon, but you know, don't expect any miracles here, guys. We've got a lot of work to do, a lot of enemies to push back, and as you can see, our allies, while they've done certainly better than we have, are pretty much on the same footing in terms of an advance. They are pretty much where we are in terms of this advance. You know, none of us have actually pushed forward a great deal. We've done a lot of damage, though, and in fact, if we want to take a look at the info screens here, let's go ahead and show the losses screen. So this is the total losses on our side, 170,000 men, 50,000 men killed on our side. For the Soviets, they have had 825,000 losses, 124,000 of those have been kills, and of course captured 54,000 guys in our prison camps. I mean, we're definitely putting a hurt on the enemy. How much of a hurt, I'm not sure. And actually, you know what? Since we could fight back here at Kishinev, I'll go ahead and do that. As much as we can, of course. I'm going to try to break through over here as well, because once again, this is just an attempt to cut the enemy off. No, I don't think that's going to go. We can try that. Nope. Okay, again, guys, this will be the toughest part when the enemy is approaching. It doesn't really make a difference how that attack goes. Nonetheless, the losses favor us, but there's a lot more war to fight. Alright, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these strategy games, and make sure to check out Lord Cucumber and XTRG's channels to watch Army Group North and Army Group Center's Let's Plays here in this particular campaign. Alright, boys, I'll catch you on the next one.